programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
It's another reminder that time is passing.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
I'll go for a drive as I take in the scenery, look up at changing leaves. It's then I decide to let it go. Out the window, just let it flow.
Hi guys, it is an absolutely gorgeous fall day in Austin, Texas. Tuesday, November 6th, 2012.
Exactly what's in store, so the best thing for
Attention
sure.
is riveted on the
Let it go.
puppet show. Jesus. I got this little email from some folks at Survival for Tribal Peoples. And occasionally something comes across my email that just speaks so much for itself. I'm just going to read this to you and add no comment. And I will put a link to this story too. So before this little computer dies again, for the 10 people on this planet who aren't watching the puppet show today, here's what's going on now in Brazil. Headline: Survival for Tribal Peoples. Kill us all, then bury us here. Desperate appeal to Indians facing eviction. A group of Brazilian Indians who have endured violence and death to return to their lands have made a dramatic appeal to the Brazilian government after learning that they face eviction once more. The 107 Indians, members of the 46,000 strong Guarani tribe in Brazil, have suffered several brutal attacks since going back to a small part of their ancestral land. The Indians' territory is now occupied by a ranch, and I'm going to take a wild guess, a cattle ranch. The Indians are surrounded by the ranchers' gunmen with little access to food or health care. Last month, a judge ordered their eviction from the ranch. Now the Indians have declared in a letter, I guess to the judge, quote, "This ruling is part of the historic extermination of the indigenous peoples of Brazil. We have lost all hope of surviving with dignity and without violence on our ancestral land. We will all die soon. We want to die and to be buried with our ancestors right here. So we ask the Brazilian government and the justice system not to order our eviction, but to order our collective death and our burial here. We ask once and for all for our slaughter to be ordered by the government, and for tractors to dig a big hole for all our bodies. We have decided altogether not to leave here dead or alive," close quote. I couldn't have said it better. Okay, and then it goes on to say, 4 Guarani from the community have already died since the reoccupation, 2 from suicide and 2 from attacks by gunmen. So anyway, I will let's see, all of this crap means that thousands of Guarani Indians are living in overcrowded reserves and camped on roadsides. They suffer one of the highest suicide rates in the world. There you go. Anyway, Survival's director Stephen Corey said today, quote, "The extinction of Brazil's indigenous peoples is a blot on the country's history, and it is shameful that the same cruelties and abuses rife during the colonial era are being endorsed by the Brazilian justice system today." The Guarani's heart-rending plea could not be clearer. Life without their land is so full of misery and suffering that it is not worth living. Brazil must act before it allows another one of its peoples to be destroyed. Close quote. Yeah, right. So anyway, I will put a link to this story, and I'm glad to say that this human rights organization is not asking us to send a petition to Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff. Good for you. No, they just want us to know what's going on in Brazil, and I would say all over South America and all over this planet. And with that, I will wrap up this squeak into the Amazon jungle and come back with you with my next rant, I guess, on capital punishment. And there's a huge dot between that story I just read and capital punishment that nobody sees, with the possible exception of me and Derek Jensen. But I'll come right back at you with that. But for now, I will say bye, guys.